Welcome to Stallion TV for Wednesday, September 13th. I'm Jesse Lee.
And I'm Mia McGirl. Thanks for joining us here at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. The hurricane a few weeks ago gave students an unpleasant surprise in yellow or even brown water flowing from their bathtubs. With the temporary inconvenience, it has gotten students talking about the many issues with the water in their dormitories. Stallions TV Stephen Cardemus reports.
Many feel the brackish water in their bathrooms doesn't justify the cost. This week, Stallion TV spoke with students Cole Shields and Abigail Farquhar to get their thoughts on the dorm's issues with unclean water.
Sometimes the water can have a yellow tint, but this is the worst I've seen it. It was absolutely brown. I think it's completely just really disgusting having to deal with brown water. I mean, I'm not really sure what's in the water. It could just be iron, or it could just straight up be leftover sewage that was unfiltered.
I think it's upsetting that the water system that helps our bathroom function is also the same water we're drinking out of the sinks. Every time you get a glass of water, think of those yellow tubs you'll see every hurricane. No amount of Brita filters will remove my fear of the water here.
While dirty water is likely to be a fact of life in the dorms for years to come, students aren't as likely to keep quiet about it, now or in the future. For Stallion TV, I'm Stephen Cardemus.
Should students have more trouble with dirty water in the future, their peers will be right beside them with advice on how to handle it.
You may have seen students in green blazers around our campus. They are ABAC ambassadors. We have insider information on the selection process from enrollment counselor Griffin Bates. Stallion TV's Mia McGirl reports.
Is being selected to be an ambassador a lengthy process?
Yes, being selected as an ambassador is definitely a lengthy process. At first, they have to apply. We send out an email to campus asking for a great group of diverse students. And once they apply, it's usually about a 2-week thing there. They are required to go to a social for our students, and then they go through an interview, and then they must go through a retreat process and training. So it's usually around 2 months until they're fully ambassadors.
For Stallion TV, I'm Mia McGirl.
Ambassadors serve as a liaison between Dr. Brundage and our guests that come onto campus, as well as the main tour guides for ABAC.
Scholarships can be very helpful, not only financially, but can help put the mind at ease. Now for an inside look on how to apply for one, Stallions TV, Justin Kern reports.
So who am I here with today?
Brenda Corbin in the Financial Aid Office here at ABAC.
Okay, and can you explain to us how to apply for a scholarship at ABAC?
ABAC Foundation scholarships the application can be submitted by going on to abac.edu. Under Funding tab, there's the ABAC scholarship. When you apply for that scholarship, it critiques you for all scholarships that we have available according to your major, your GPA, and your need.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Reporting back to you.
If you need any more information, just head down to the Financial Aid Office for a meeting.
The heat here in South Georgia is getting way too hot with each passing day. Here with that information is Stallion TV's weatherman, Mateo Serrano.
Thank you, Jesse. Right now, the temperature is going to be 88 degrees for the day and 70 degrees later tonight. Looking up, I can see that there's not a heavy cloud cover, which is making it warmer outside. We have a lot of rain today, as you can see behind me. It's not very windy today, but with the wind speed currently at 4 miles per hour. On another note, Hurricane Lee is growing in size and could blast New England with damaging winds, rains, and a lot of damage throughout. Currently, it's a Category 3 hurricane and has last seen southwest of Bermuda with a maximum sustained wind of 115 miles per hour. Let's keep everyone out there in mind and hope it all will be okay. I hope everyone here drinks enough water and stays in shape for the rest of the week. Back to you, Jesse.
Thanks, Mateo. I'll make sure to stay hydrated.
College can be a stressful time for everyone, but that goes double for students that live with disabilities. Thankfully, ABAC has a club that promises to help with that very issue. Jesse Lee reports.
I met up with Lois Friedman, the president of the DARE Club. She took some time out of her busy schedule to have a little conversation about DARE. Lois, tell me a little about what DARE is and what you do to help disabled students.
DARE is Disability Awareness Rights and Education Club. The main thing we're trying to do is spread awareness of any and every kind of disability, as well as show our ABAC community that being disabled doesn't have a specific look. Anyone can be disabled. We are also trying to change the attitude around the word disabled and show people that it isn't a bad or negative word.
Thanks a lot, Lois. For Stallion TV, I'm Jesse Lee.
It sounds like DARE is really trying to be a force of positivity on campus.
Have you been studying for tests and quizzes but just can't seem to get that grade you want? The Tutoring Center just might be the place that's for you. Stallion TV's Hunter Holton reports.
I'm here with the man over the Tutoring Center, Joshua Clements. Out of the students you see at ABAC, how many would you say actually take advantage of the Tutoring Center?
All right, so currently, as of this morning, we have done roughly 130 tutoring sessions this semester. Now, granted, that's not 130 students. I would say that we have reached so far, or tutored so far this semester, 71 distinct students, according to my data. And so that's 130 sessions spread between 71 students, which is about average for what we do.
How would you say this benefits the typical ABAC student?
Well, tutoring can benefit a range of students. Many people think that tutoring is only for students who are failing in a course, but there are several studies that shows tutoring is an activity of students who excel or succeed in college. So what that can be, or what that can look like is, let's say you're a really good biology student and the material comes naturally, but you just want a little bit of extra practice outside the classroom, or you want someone to run through some note cards with you or just quiz you. So you could book a 15-minute session and come in and have a experienced tutor run through those things with you, just clarify anything, or even math. You're good at college algebra, but you want to work some extra problems, and you can't make it to your teacher's time or office hours. Then you could come to the tutoring center, and a tutor can run through some extra problems with you. You might be a good writer and you just want somebody to run through your article or your paper and make sure that it looks good and it's clean and that kind of stuff. So tutoring is actually an activity of students who are successful, and you don't have to be failing to come in and get tutoring. It's a good activity all the way around.
Now I'm here with a peer perspective from student tutor Zanella Brom. How many times out of the semester would you go to the tutoring center?
I'd say probably about between 3 or 5 times.
And would you say that the tutoring center helps you with your overall grades?
Definitely. Being able to talk to other people and to figure out what's actually going on is very helpful.
With the tutoring center being at the leisure of ABAC students, we should be able to find comfort that there is help with any of our classes found here. With Stallion TV, I'm Hunter Holton.
With the access of the Tutoring Center, students should know that there is hope to improve their grades.
Music is something that brings the world together. Here at ABAC, we have many groups dedicated to our enjoyment of music. Up next, talking about music appreciation, Stallions TV, Anthony Bazin reports.
I'm here with instructor Sherry Wiles, applied instructor of flute and woodwinds. And today, my first question is, what's your overall review of how the concert from last week went?
I thought the concert last week featuring our faculty members was awesome. Each person had their own style, their own instrument, their own voice to speak to the audiences individually and collectively in a couple of pieces. And they just really represented ABAC in a way that was pretty phenomenal.
That's good. And my last question is, for the upcoming concerts, how are you guys preparing for those concerts? Is there anything special you guys got ahead of time that we should be in tune about, or,
we have a variety of concerts that we offer on campus. About 13 of them are concerts that this music department itself hosts, as well as we have concerts through ABAC Presents that are an outside entity hiring in people. And the concerts that feature students are coming up. We have obviously a concert called the Music Educators Performance, where we're getting together area music directors, vocalists, and instrumental teachers, band directors, coming in to perform a concert. This is what we music people do. We teach to perform, and it will include some of our music majors as well, sitting in performing with those already well-seasoned music educators. We have a concert coming up that's featuring our vocal department. Our choirs will have their own choir concert, and will feature not only students on campus, but will feature community people as well who come in and perform with us as a community choir. And we have the same for band, where we have band individuals, musicians from all over come in and drive in for community band night, and we give a concert which features the students also. And then last but not least, we have coming up this series, jazz band. We have our own very own jazz band that will be performing not only with the choir at Stallion's Day, but they have their own concert coming up in October as well.
The next upcoming concert will be October 3rd and October 6th at 7 p.m. at Howard Auditorium. From Stallion TV, this is Anthony Basin reporting out.
Be sure to make a trip to one of our concerts to show some support to our fellow students and faculty.
Last week, ABAC celebrated its first ever Geek Week. A celebration of all things nerdy, we had many events throughout the week, from a trivia showdown to Spaceballs in the Stars, and even a dodgeball tournament. However, the star attraction was the first annual ThunderCon, which featured celebrity voice actor Joshua Seth. From ThunderCon itself, Blaine Mitchell reports.
The main attraction of the 2023 Geek Week celebration was ABAC's first ever ThunderCon. I spoke with ABAC student Travis Crosby amidst the festivities at ThunderCon to get his thoughts on how Geek Week went.
Most exciting things that I take in, as hobbies, is that things are being appreciated.
I then spoke to ABAC student Misha Nervo, who had an opposing view on Geek Week's success.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's been kind of mid lately, but it's because there's not many people. This place doesn't have the demographic for the people. That's pretty much it.
Despite this, Misha also said that in terms of success for the first year,
yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
For Stallion TV, I'm Blaine Mitchell.
With an overall positive reception to these events, it's very possible that Geek Week could become a tradition in ABAC for years to come. It can be assumed that the festivities will improve if this does become a tradition. You know, I was actually there for the Geek Week this week. I met Chewbacca.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Did you get his autograph?
Yeah, I did actually.
Wow.
I can't read it. Well, thank you for joining us today for Stallion TV. I'm Jesse Lee.
And I'm Mia McGirl.
And I'm Mateo Serrano. We will see you next Wednesday with more news from Abraham Baldwin Agriculture College.